Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We are at Colorado Urban Home Magazine. I am here with the publisher. Let me ask you, basically, since 2010, you've been providing a magazine that is well read throughout Denver as well as Colorado when it comes to home and garden. What got you involved in this type of industry?
Well, years ago, a friend and I were working in the technology business, and he had an idea to go and start this magazine. He felt like a lot of businesses that advertised in print publications didn't really get attention or anything above and beyond their advertisement. He felt like they had wonderful stories to tell, and so we put together a magazine to be able to talk about where they come from, how they're different, and what they have to offer their clients.
Wonderful. I mean, you guys basically offer a combination of both print and online media. Let's start with the print magazine. Why do folks still love to have a tangible magazine in their hands to take a look at?
At the level of people I think that we're trying to promote in the businesses and the services and goods that they're selling is to more of an affluent level of person. And therefore the products and services they have are a little bit more expensive, and people at that particular level, whether it be an age demographic or an income demographic, like to read things, they like to see examples and nice color pages. It really brings out and shows good examples of how something might look in their home.
Wonderful. So we're talking about decorating, remodeling, new construction. Why is it folks are turning to you for some great ideas?
Because a lot of them want to know who the good businesses are in Denver and the Front Range to use. What our magazine does is takes a look at these different businesses, and we show people who are the credible businesses, who are the ethical businesses, or who are the businesses that really have something different to offer and are experts at what they do.
Kitchen, outdoor spaces, baths, you name it, the entire home is pretty much well covered in the magazine.
Yeah, top to bottom. It definitely wants to feature an interior design aspect, because that's the pretty part of the homes. But even people that live in nice homes, small homes, large homes, even need a roof. They even need concrete sidewalks. So it's really talking about anybody that's got a business related to a home and showing them why they're better than a competitor.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this. You obviously have to have a staff of very well-talented photographers that basically make those pages come alive. Is that right?
That's right. We actually use freelance photographers, but I've got here in the local area 3 or 4 different businesses I use, and they're great people. So whoever is available in a particular area or regional part, we just use them for the best shoot.
Wonderful, and that's what really makes those pages pop out there. But obviously we're talking about more than just images. There's some great editorials that you have basically introduced a lot of the movers, shakers here in the industry. Is that right?
That's correct. We use freelance writers, and we also have some writers on staff, and what we try to do in those stories is talk to our clients, and without giving it an advertorial kind of bent, make it more of a real story. So asking them, what's the topic that you think your clients would be interested in learning about? If they're going to take the time to read about you, they should get something educational, informative, and learn what a trend is in the industry or what's important to know about a particular product.
Wonderful. Basically, a lot of these trend stories that you put out there in the magazine, are they really based to the region where the actual magazine comes out?
Sure. We do this nationally, like I mentioned. You might see a particular story topic repeated in one of our cities, but we rewrite them completely so we can talk about local businesses. Here in Denver, you would never hear me talk about a Charlotte business or an Austin business, one of our other cities, for example. We want to promote local people here so the people that live in and around the Denver area know who the businesses are that are providing these goods and services, and therefore would contact them.
One of the things that I notice right away when I take a look at the website are the featured homes as well as in the magazine. Has this become really a staple to the magazine?
Yeah, definitely. Most of the content in our magazine is about the businesses that are our clients and what they're doing. But we like to give our readers a break, something that isn't necessarily an advertisement or really pushing somebody. So just trying to find an example of a wonderful home. It doesn't need to be a particular style or a size or in a particular neighborhood, but just showing people examples of what beautiful homes are, because in turn they tend to take that and rip out a piece of our magazine and show that to their interior designer or to their architect and say, we like something like this.
Great. Obviously, you're introducing a lot of great companies here locally. What about the newer products out there? Is that something that it actually hits the pages as well?
Sure, that's definitely something we do for our clients, both in the interior design world and in the kitchen and bath world. You can imagine there's a lot of products that come out, and people really like to show those in their home. They're small things that you can make changes that make a big difference in the functionality of your home or just the appearance. So if our clients carry a particular line or they've got a new type of product or there's a new color trend, we'll show that for them as part of what we're offering these businesses.
Now, the fashion articles that you have there, are those pertaining to local designers?
Not necessarily. It definitely is a home and garden magazine like you mentioned, but we like to splash in a little bit of lifestyle just for some variety. The core of the magazine will always be home, But we know a lot of our readers are into fashion at that particular level or just into great lifestyle, so we wanted to just show them a little bit of variety in the magazine.
So basically, a very, very local feel to it all because of the fact not only are you checking out Home and Gardens, a lot of the businesses in that industry, but also as well as places to eat, places to shop, everything kind of local.
Absolutely. We show retail shops, we show local restaurants in the magazine. And again, it's for people to get an idea of who these great local businesses are, what they have to offer their clients, and then we're trying to teach them what is the value they present or why are they different or what have they got that's really interesting you should check out.
I know one of the things when folks are deciding to do something with a home, a lot of times it can be rather overwhelming. It's nice you have some how-to articles in there, but also how or why to hire somebody from a particular industry.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What we've learned, if people are going to actually take the time to read about a business and see an advertisement for them or see an editorial that's promoting the business, we feel that it shouldn't be one of those sort of like car salesman type of advertisements where it's come on down, we're wheeling and dealing, and they're kind of self-promoting themselves. If somebody's going to read about you, they should get something back for it, whether it's a piece of information I never learned or I never knew about that before, and now I've got an idea about what I can do in my home, or just to get an idea. And when they get that idea to you, they build you as a credible knowledge expert and therefore feel like, well, when it's time for that project in my house, this is somebody I should contact. We have seen great examples coming from them.
Very personal. They actually have a good feeling. They know this person before they even show up.
Right. That's a big part of it is we're trying to replace a face-to-face conversation the best we can. When 30,000 of our copies come out with our magazine, you can't really have 30,000 people walk into your showroom and have a one-on-one conversation. But if we can interview you, show your quotes, show photographs in your particular projects, it's the next closest thing, and we think that pushes people over the edge to thinking, I know this person better than just an internet search or a phone call for a price shopping experience.
And based on the testimonials online, I can see that they understand, the companies out there see that the reach you guys are getting, obviously are getting some great results. Speaking of the reach, how often does this go out and where does it go?
We're a semi-annual magazine. We call it the Front Range, and by Front Range I would define that as it goes into Boulder County, and then it goes into Denver and some of the more affluent areas on the south side of Denver. So the places we've targeted like Cherry Hills, Centennial, Highlands Ranch, and Parker, all those places, Littleton to the south of Denver.
Is the magazine available on the shelf as well as subscription?
No, it is direct mail, meaning we pick people out from a demographical standpoint and send it to them free of charge. That's what I'm trying to offer my clients is, in a lot of cases when people get magazines, you don't know who's actually buying or reading the magazine. Because it's direct mail, I can tell you exactly who that person is, what their home is worth, where it's going to, so you know they're qualified, at least have the ability financially to buy your products or services. People can subscribe to it, but it is a very small portion of what we do. It's 99% direct mail.
Wonderful. Why don't you touch on, lastly, how you're able to integrate this with online media? Obviously, that's a great way to connect with people, obviously, in between publications.
Sure. Well, there's no doubt that the core of what we do is promoting people through editorial content in our magazine. However, in today's world, if you're not sophisticated and offering an online or electronic side of things, people won't view you as credible, or they don't feel like, well, I'm getting enough for my money because I need to spend some in this particular world. So we do a great job of the social networking aspect, our own e-newsletters and email blast and blogging on our particular clients. And the big benefit they get is because that information is out on third-party websites, it actually helps their SEO rankings without having to pay for it to another business.
Wonderful. That's great. Take a look at the bottom of the screen there, folks, and you'll take the website information is right there. And like they basically said, everything's at your fingertips right there. We're talking about the most read Home and Gardens magazine. This particular area will introduce you to a lot of the movers and shakers out there that are really critical to homes here in the Denver area. It's pages of inspiration. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.